going on, guys? It's your boy Spudzie here, and today, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to play Willbender in PvP, more specifically, my Willbender. You know, the rolling around, the damage, the 500Ks, just capping the nodes, winning the rank. I'm going to show you guys how to do all of that with my build today. I would also like to add that we just hit 200 subs, so thank you guys. I appreciate it very much. I love each and every one of you. So if this video helps you and you enjoyed it, please give me a like, give me a sub for more Willbender content and Guild Wars in general. Thank you. So starting us off, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the talent trees. Alright, we're taking Radiance, Virtues, and of course, Willbender. Starting us off, we're going to go 3-3-3 for our Radiance tree. We get Healer's Resolution, just, you know, some extra sustain. We got Retribution, some extra damage, you know. Increased strike damage when we have our resolution from this, so it just kind of pairs well. I'll get more into why this is really good in just a minute. Righteous Instinct. Resolution increases your chance to critically strike and grants might each interval. This just literally, this whole line right here just all goes well. It all goes together with resolution and our heal skill and everything, so it works out good. And then these obviously are your passive skills. You know, you get more ferocity, more, you know, more crits, just everything. So this tree is really nice for damage. A little bit of sustain too against Condis, which we all know Condis are pretty prevalent in this meta, so you're going to want to run this. Moving on to our virtues, we're going to go ahead and take 1-1-3. 1 will increase our strike damage dealt while we have Aegis as a guardian. We're going to have Aegis quite a bit, so this is going to be really nice, 20% damage increase. Strike damage dealt is increased after activating a virtue. I will explain what this is in a second, but just know that our virtues on Willbender are all movement based now, instead of, you know, what it used to be on Guardian. So this goes really nicely. You know, we get 10% more damage after using one of these skills. These skills are really powerful, guys. I will explain these in a minute. These are one of our strongest skills. Going on, we have Indomitable Courage. The active effect of Virtue Skill 3 breaks stun and grants stability. For PvP, you're going to want to run this talent. This is just like, it's a no-brainer. You break a stun, you get stability. It's just, why would you not run this? And these obviously are all your passives. These are going to work really nicely with your virtues here for your, they give you boons. I'll go more into this in a minute, but just know we get, you know, our resolution, which then, you know, it works off of our radiance tree. The biggest thing here on this one is going to be the 15% recharge reduced on our virtues, which, you know, that's pretty strong for our virtues being all movement based. So we're going to be able to just move around the map, fly around with a 15% reduced recharge. The Condi damage, it's whatever. We don't really focus on Condi or more power, but hey, it's a bonus, so I'll take it. So we're going to go ahead and take a look lastly at the Willbender tree. We're going to take 2-3-2. 2 it just increases our power. Not much to it. We get a damage increase of 100% for Willbender's Flames. We get 120 increased power. That's just, you know, your standard build for this. This is just standard for like any power build at all for DPS on Willbender. I'm going to go and take Vanguard Tactics. Activating Crashing Courage grants resistance, Shadow Stepping grants resolution and protection. Your sustain on Willbender, it isn't as strong as something as I would say like a Core Guardian, but this talent right here will help you out with that. You get protection, resolution, and resistance. The resolution obviously helping out with this tree right here. These three talents all working off this one. So this is just a nice little defensive buff to abilities that you're already are going to be using when you're in trouble. And lastly, we're going to take Tyrant's Momentum. Honestly, this is just like a passive buff. You won't be actively seeing or trying to get this out. The other two just don't really fit the build that well. I guess killing a foe extends the duration of Courage up to the maximum duration. Like, I can't be down while Courage is active. It's kind of, I mean, it's cool, but like, how often are you going to be, you know, killing a foe, you know what I mean? Like, that's not really... I don't really see that happening. Maybe in like lower ranks if like you're smurfing or something. I don't know, man. Just, I wouldn't take it. And then Phoenix Protocol, you can take this if you need like a little more defense, but it does affect your damage on the build. It's a little noticeable because you do get the 2% damage increase off this, and you get 5% damage, 5% Connie damage on every stack of Lethal Tempo. So yeah, take with that what you will. If we didn't take this node right here, then our tempo would only be doing 3% damage on power and condi with a max of 5 stacks. But taking this right here makes it do a 5%. So that will help you out with more damage. It's just really nice. On Willbender, we actually do get some more mobility thanks to our swiftness that we gain from Righteous Sprint. Gain increased movement speed, gain swiftness when you activate a virtue. Now you just get, more movement speed just as a passive, which is nice on Willbender because you're going to be going around to node. You can +1 fights really nicely. And every virtue that you cast will give you swiftness. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, guys, and without further ado, let's go ahead and explain a little bit about our virtues and what they do. We're talking about them a lot, and then we'll go into the abilities. So our 3 virtues are going to be Rushing Justice, Flowing Resolve, and Crashing Courage. Now, these all apply a thing called Willbender Flames. Now, the damage on these isn't as impactful as... It doesn't seem that impactful at all. It's not really. You can go ahead and look at the damage right here on the flame. It's very small, not really noticeable, so we don't really do the damage. It's all the passive effects that we get from our virtues. So our strongest one, in my opinion, for damage is going to be Rushing Justice. This virtue will allow us to rush toward our target and gain justice and deliver a strike, emitting Willbender Flames. Now, Justice is a nice passive. It's really strong. It's an amazing passive. I'll show you right now. So this is what it looks like. It does some really good damage. You rush up to him, do that. There you go. And you got the damage right there. I'm attacking him right now, but you can see I get the bonuses from Justice. Consecutive attacks cause burning. It does way more damage. So I'm going to go and show you what I mean by this increase of damage from Justice. Let me go ahead and just kill this golem real quick. Alright, so if you see, I'm on Greatsword right now. Now, Whirling Raft does a lot of damage as Guardian, as you all know. And I'll go ahead and show you how much it does on this golem right here. So we're going to go press 2. Okay, it does good damage, right? Good damage, okay? So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at how much it does with our passive Justice. Go ahead and watch this. We're going to use Justice. Go ahead and press 2. Look at the increase in damage there. The increase in damage just makes this do... It's just so great. It does, this ability right here is so good. It also resets on kills, so that's nice. But look at the amount of buffs you get from this. You get Might, Resolution, Light Aura, Swiftness, the range. Like, this is just an amazing ability. This virtue is awesome. I just do so much damage. Let's go ahead and see it whenever I just don't even hit the guy. So, hit this guy with it, right? I have the passive right now. We got 2 on him. Look at that. You just do so much more damage with that. So, always use this to start a combo. This is going to be really nice for damage. It does really good damage itself. It puts down flames. It does everything that you really want in a virtue for a damaging spec. So, our next virtue is more of a defensive one. We get 2 charges of it, and it leaves down flames. It gives us some regen, some swiftness, some resolution. It actually heals too, and we also get a passive buff for Flowing Resolve, which is just like Justice, except this time it's going to heal us instead of doing more damage. So let me go and show you what I mean. So let me go ahead and attack this guy. I'm going to get hit for a little bit of damage if you can hit me. There we go. Go ahead and use Flowing Resolve. Look at that, we get health back. And if I go ahead and attack him here, see how I'm gaining back my health? That right there is what it does, and it's really nice. It's kind of niche, but like the healing, you don't really you don't want to notice it whenever you're doing damage. But whenever you use it initially and you get the dash heal, you'll notice it. Like, look at this heal. Like that's nice healing right there. It gives you swiftness. You can get out easily. See, I'm running this guy. It's good. It's good. Always use this if you have condis on you. If you don't have a cleanse, this is just a really nice. And lastly, our third and final virtue, Crashing Courage. This one's really strong. I enjoy this one a lot. It does some good damage. You get so many boons. You get stability from our talents, stun break from our talent, protection, resistance, resolution, swiftness, Aegis, good damage, consecutive attacks grants boon because you get the buffs, and Willbender Flames. This one is just phenomenal. It is the longest cooldown though for one because of how strong it is, but you can go ahead and see. You can use this anywhere. It's a nice little shadow step. The range on it is kind of small, but for what it does, it's really nice. It's like a, it makes you feel like a thief. It's what gives Willbender the outplay potential, momentum. You can take high. You can do whatever with this. Let me go and show you. So you just go ahead and go over here. You just put it down, walk this way. Look at that. The flames, the buffs. If I was hitting someone right now, I'd be getting just boons passively as I hit someone. It's really nice. It's super strong. You can do tons with this. Like, the possibilities are endless. This gives you unlimited just outplay potential. You can do anything. So let me go and show you the passive boons. So this is damage right here. The damage on it. It's not bad. Not bad. I'm hitting him. I'm getting passive boons. See my boons right there? Look at that. Consecutive attacks grant boons. I'm getting the boons, boys. It's weird to say, but I find myself using this more on the offense than on the defense, because all the boons you get, you can't be knocked down. You just go in there, attack them. If you need to stomp on someone, the stab you get from this is just nice. You can just go into stomp right here, and you get it off. There you go. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk abilities. Now, you can go ahead and run a couple of healing skills. I run, so more recently I started to run Reversal of Fortune. It's the Willbender heal. It's pretty much like a guard, and if you get attacked, you get a nice heal. If you're not attacked, you still get a heal, but it's not as good. It's a nice block. You just do that, you get hit, you get the health. There you go. So with this healing skill having 2 charges, you're able to combo it with your Radiance Tree. So Healer's Resolution, remember I was saying earlier, this will work really well with our healing skill. Gain resolution when using a healing skill, and with the extra buffs you get, this is just a nice, because it's a 2 charger. I don't think Guardian really has any other 2 charge options. No, we don't. So this is the best right here. You can just do the heal, and you get the boons. Before I ran this, I also ran the Litany of Wrath. You heal yourself for a brief time, heal yourself based on a percentage of damage dealt to enemies. This build does a lot of burst damage and consistent damage, so this is really nice. I would run this too. It's a good option if you find yourself, if you need more healing, because this honestly gives a little bit more healing because of the damage you're doing. It's more offensive. This is a bit more defensive for the harder matchups. I would run this if you're struggling to stay alive on Willbender. For my next ability, I go ahead and run Judge's Infection. It's just a nice gap closer. It breaks stun. It does damage. It burns. So it's just a TP. It's good to use. I run a Condi Cleanse for my next one. You need a Condi Cleanse. It breaks stun too, so it's really nice. In this meta specifically, especially, you need some Condi Cleanse. Those Mechanists, the Spectures, the Harbingers, so on. You're gonna want this. For my next ability, I actually run Whirling Light. Now this is a little different one that a lot of people really don't run. At least from I've seen people don't run this one. So what Whirling Light does is you lunge forward to perform a whirlwind kick, weakening and burning any foes left in your wake. The damage on this is very noticeable. It's really good in team fights. The reason why I run it is because not just because of the damage, but the AoE weakness on it is really helpful. It's more a defensive while doing damage. Hits 5 targets, combo finisher whirl. It's really good, guys. I would recommend running this. Honestly, this is a really nice talent. You should run this. I personally am recommending this. I know a lot of guides out there aren't really recommending this, but I am. I'm telling you to run this. Feeling Willbender, run Whirling Light. I'll go ahead and show real quick what Whirling Light does. Welcome to these guys. You're just going to go ahead and press E. Some really nice damage and weakness. That does some really good damage. It's a short cooldown too, 15 seconds. That's so good. The other options I've seen have been like Rolling Light. This one's really good too. You break stun and dodge backwards, and then you can if you press it again, you can get Quick Retribution, which is like a stun. I'll go and show you real quick what this does. So Rolling Light, you can just go ahead and evade backwards, do it again, you get a nice little stun. I ran this a few times. It's not bad. So I used to run Heel Crack. It's not bad. It's on demand, a CC. I wouldn't recommend this really because it's kind of hard to hit. The range is 240. It's a 2-second stun. Heel Crack, I mean, it's alright. I personally wouldn't run this anymore. If you want to, you can. It's not bad. I'm going to show you just a little Heel Crack, stun them. It's not bad. Flash combo, I ran this a little bit. I didn't like it that much. Shadow Step, I hit him multiple times. The damage is alright. It's not really anything too crazy. I'm going to show you just do that, and then you get Riposte, which is that right there. So I wouldn't run it. It's not really that good. You're better off with stuff like Whirling Light. It's AoE. You can't really miss it. Just look at that. Why would you run this? We can just run this. It's just so much better. And Heel Crack, you can run Heel Crack. I don't mind it. I like it better than Flash Combo to say the least, but that's not saying much. And lastly, on the elite skill, I run Renewed Focus. It's a really good defense. You focus, making yourself invulnerable and recharging your virtues. Not really much to say here. Everyone knows what this does. It's a Guardian Elite. I've tried out Heaven's Palm, the Willbender Elite. It's alright. The problem with it is that it just takes too long, and it knocks down one target and knocks back everyone else around them. It's okay for a kill target, but it's highly it's a telegraphed. You can really tell when it's coming. You can just roll out of it, and the charge up time is way too slow. I'll go and show you right now. Yeah, so it's kind of slow. It's not terrible. It's a 20-second cooldown. It's pretty short, which is nice. but generally I wouldn't recommend this at all. Moving on to my weapons. Now, for Willbender, we can wield swords in our offhand. This is a really nice ability for damage. Like, this is really good, guys. I highly recommend running an offhand sword. My setup that I usually run for this is sword, and great sword. So three swords, a lot of swords. So the new abilities you get are Executioner's Calling and Advancing Strike. So the way I see it is that Advancing Strike is like a setup for your Executioner's Calling. You're gonna want to use 5 and then 4. This gives you some crazy damage. This is like a teleport. It gives slowness and immobilizes them, and then it sets up for Executioner's Calling, which just does a ton of damage. So I'll go and show you right now. This is sword 4. Some good damage, and this is sword 5. Go in TP, and you get the slowness and immobilization, which sets up nicely for sword 4. Now the damage on it's pretty good, but it all comes together whenever you use your Rushing Justice. I'll go ahead and show you what a full combo will look like for burst. So the opener is going to be sword 5 into Rushing Justice and sword 4. So let's go ahead and watch this. Here we go ahead, sword 5, Rushing Justice, sword 4. Look at that damage. That burst damage is insane, guys. You take him out so fast. It's just so nice. And then on kill, you get a new Rushing Justice. This ability is crazy. Another setup I like to run is I like to go ahead and I teleport in, Justice, Great Sword 2, and you just do so much damage. Look at that. It's pretty much a whole health bar. And then want you to refresh, just go like this, Whirling Light. Like, guys, you just do so much damage to set up. TP. Blade, you can just look at that, guys. That's just nuts. The damage is crazy. I don't know why some people are saying that Willbender damage is bad. Willbender's just in general is bad. Like, this is a good spec, guys. I highly recommend you give this a shot. So let's go ahead and go into combat real quick. Crashing Courage. Go ahead and get in there with this. And Whirling Light around the whole team. There we go. We're gonna go switch to this guy. Boom, boom. Look at that. It's just phenomenal. The swiftness from it all the teleports, the dashes, this teleport, that dash, that leap. You have a pull as well. Pull them all in for a Whirling Light. You have another dash up. Like, you're just flying everywhere on this spec. You can literally just go wherever you please. Willbender does what it wants. Willbender knows no bounds, guys. Alright, and the last thing I'm talking about is my build for PvP itself. So we have the Marauder Amulet and the Rune of the Eagle. Marauder Amulet gives us power, precision, vitality, ferocity, everything you want on the spec. Power, damage, precision, more damage, health, ferocity for the crit. Like, it's all just it's what Willbender wants. Now, Rune of the Eagle will give us precision and ferocity and increased strike damage to 50% health. So, you know, it's more of like an execute bursty. Like, this is just raw damage, and you have all the survivability you need in your abilities and your talent tree to just be able to survive with this much damage on your PvP build. For the sigils, we're going to go and take Sigil of Exposure and Sigil of Intelligence for more a burst on our swap. And then for our sword, it's going to be more of like a defensive but still damage. So we're going to have Cleansing and Courage. Some really good sigils there. I recommend these sigils and this build. You can run the Berserker Amulet. You get more power, precision, and ferocity, but you lose out on that vitality, which is kind of important for Willbender because you don't have a lot of health to begin with. So this Marauder Amulet helps out a lot with your defensives. And now you are ready to become a Willbender PvPer, a Willbender main, if you will, an advocate for Willbender, just like me. You have my build. You have the skills, you watch the videos. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any recommendations? My first time doing like a build video, so let me know what you think. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a sub, and I hope this at least has helped you, you know, somewhat understand the spec more and has encouraged you to, you know, give it a shot. So yeah, guys, play Willbender. It's good. Don't let the haters tell you it's bad. This is a good spec. Play it now. Do it now.